IF31 have been with my boyfriend M37 for 8 months. He has 3 kids and is a single dad. We're on pretty good terms regarding almost everything. When it comes to money and spending, we'd take turns to invite each other out weekly. We don't live together obviously. Several times he had me pay for his kids' purchases. I didn't make a big issue out of it for the sole reason that those purchases were relatively small. All I had to pay was $30-60. The other day, he called me while I was at work and sounded like he was in a hurry. He said he just found the gaming device he's been looking for so long and wanted to buy it for his oldest son. I asked what's this have to do with me, and he told me he was short on money and needed $300. He asked me to lend him the $300 and I hesitated but agreed. He asked for my bank account info so he could pull the money, but I refused and told him to wait for me till I get there. He insisted and said he'd handle it. All I had to do was just send him my bank account info after I end the call with him. His insistence made me uncomfortable, so I still said no and told him to either wait or I won't pay. He got mad at me saying he didn't get why I was acting like this. He got so loud I had to hang up. I found him sitting outside after I went home. He was waiting for me and was extremely upset. He asked why I didn't just send him the account info so he could pull the money we agreed on. I told him I don't feel comfortable letting anyone have my personal info, especially when it comes to finances. He got offended and said I'm not just anyone, I'm your fiend partner. Then went on a rant about how he ended up not paying the gaming device after looking for it for so long and now his kid is mad at him and it's my fault. We had a fight, then he left and told me I'd better have an apology for him and his son next time I call his phone. I haven't called yet, but I feel like I acted stupidly and irrationally. I think I should have just given him the info he asked for. I don't know if I made the right decision. Update **** wow, so I've left this thread after the first hour but got back to hundreds of people engaging. Wow, I'm just amazed. And since many of you wanted to know what happened, I've went to his place and talked to him and his oldest son. Turns out that the gaming device thing was a lie. He wanted the money for something else, to help pay for one of his buddy's car repair. I was shocked when he confessed and said he had to lie and make it about his kids to get me to lend him the money. You can only imagine my reaction after this. I just blew up at him and left without giving him any chance to respond. He tried calling my phone, still trying, but I decided I want some space to think about what happened and really reevaluate our relationship. It's true that he had me pay for the kids in the past, but after what I found I wouldn't put it past him that those $30-60 purchases weren't for the kids, as I haven't seen the stuff he said he bought for them. I'm in need of some space and quiet, though I'm busy with work, but I do my best to stay focused. I, quite frankly, am no longer sure if I could move past this. It's just so unsettling that he has no issue lying to me and using me for money like that. I love the kids, I adore THRM, but he's hurt me with what I did and I'm not sure I could come back from it. I might just be upset right now and will need time. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just going to do a lot of thinking regarding this situation and see what happens. Sorry for the long text, but I wanted to let you know about the situation as a whole. NTA. Take the opening he's given you here and never talk to him again. You're not his money tree. He doesn't get to demand access to your bank account. If he isn't coming groveling back himself, that's a problem. He should see how he acted by now. If he's not even talking to you, that's an invitation to do the same. And as long as you have nothing major at his house, then you can just disappear from his life. NTA. You haven't combined finances. You don't live together. And frankly, if he does not have the money saved, then he should not buy the item. Good point. If he doesn't have $300, he has no business spending anything on a gaming system. NTA. Tell him to pound sand and hide your checkbook because all of the necessary information is on your checks. I have all my personal belongings secured, so I'm not worried about that more than how he reacted to me setting, in my opinion, this boundary. He hasn't stopped guilting Mr. about it. It's hard to deal with it, especially when the kids are involved. I love them and don't want them to think that I'm not willing to help. NTA. Run. Now. Do not stay with him. This is 100% a run Forrest run moment. NTA. He was definitely gonna take more than $300. I think he also wanted to see just how much she had in there. For future planning purposes. Even if he only took $300 out this time, he wants the ability to know exactly what financial resources she has, so he knows just how much he can take in the future. NTA. You've been dating this man for less than a year. Some partners wouldn't even have met the kids at this point, but he's regularly dinging you for expenses related to them, which I bet won't seem quite so small if you add them all up, even though *HE'*S** the dad, and that should just be part of *HIS* budget automatically. Now he wants you to cover a major purchase that in *NO** universe can be considered essential. He wants unrestricted access to your bank account to do this, and he somehow made *YOU** feel like the unreasonable one for trying to pump the brakes and propose alternatives. Throw the whole man out and really spend some time sorting through why you think *YOU'* the irrational one in this scenario. Otherwise, I worry you're just going to keep finding boundary stompers and won't figure it out until you're left with an empty bank account, shredded self-esteem, and nothing to show for it. This deserves to be higher. NTA. That has red flag written all over it. The request to pay for his kids. The demand for money. The demand for your account info. The anger when told no. The demand for an apology. The waiting outside your house. The gaslighting. Only 8 months into the relationship to ask for money. With Zelle, Venmo, etc. There is no need to give anyone your account info. Please do not do this. It's how people get all their money stolen. You don't owe him anything. If you gave him the money, you may never see it again, or the requests will get bigger. $300 for a game is not an emergency. Rethink this relationship. It will only get worse. Has the kid mad at her when he, the dad, couldn't afford it? But it's possible. Even that part is a lie concocted to inflict guilt. NTA. I feel like this guy's using you, and using his kids plus the silent treatment to manipulate your emotions. Also, if he really just wanted $300 immediately, and not say, access to your bank accounts, why couldn't you just send it to him via Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, etc.? Or why couldn't he just wait for you to come in person? No, he's sulking because he specifically wanted access to your banking info. After 8 months. With no discussion about it? Yeah, no, he's using you. Let him stay gone. NTA. Friend, my partner and I have been together almost **7 years** and we don't have each other's bank information. Time to cut and run on this. Was just thinking the same thing. I'm married with my partner of 8 years and we have a baby and a house together, and I still don't see why we would or should have that information. NTA. Oh. Are you his personal wallet? What the hell? Ma'am, do not give him that. He is a parasite and will bleed you dry. NTA. He wants you for your money. Notice how mean he got when you didn't submit. This is gross inappropriate for an 8MO relationship. NTA. At all. He's dropping about a million red flags here. Often short on money. Asking you to pay for things for kids that aren't yours. You aren't even a step parent, and no, dating for 8 months doesn't make you one. All those little requests to pay for things were to ease you into the idea of paying for big ticket items like a gaming console, which is not a vital purchase, and to make the idea of him having complete access to your money seem a practical thing. He's using you to bankroll his kids. Run and don't look back. Agreed. He sounds like he is setting you up to scam you out of a lot of money. There is no reason to get so angry that you wanted to transfer the money. You didn't even say no to the request for money, just your account details. NTA. NTA. Why didn't he ask you to cash a bit to him? The fact that he was demanding your bank info is troubling, and then he acted entitled to the money, as if you weren't doing him a huge favor. A gaming system is great, but it's not a necessity like car repairs to get to work, or food or rent. I would absolutely rethink this relationship. Are you sure he doesn't have a substance abuse issue or gambling problem? He was completely out of line. SMDH. or Venmo or PayPal or Zelle or Apple Pay. Like honestly, the entitlement to her money is unreal and demand for the account info is sketchy and concerning. NTA. Nobody should have your bank account info, and he should respect and understand that. No reasonable partner will ask something like that, let alone get mad at you for refusing. He's in the wrong, and he's the one who must apologize. Stand your ground, and don't let anyone bully you. And it's fishy he didn't buy the game. That $300 was going someplace else, and this would have just been the start of him draining up dry. He started with smaller amounts, and he was testing to see how far he could push it. She was already buying stuff that was not her responsibility, and this was an elevation. Next call would have been about how she now owed the other kids stuff. Run. NTA. I hate to break it to you, but he sounds like a con man. And there's a part of me that's like, but the kids are real so he's not. But you know what? Single dads can be con men too. And 8 months is a pretty good time frame for a long con. NTA. Definitely reconsider the relationship. Definitely reconsider end the relationship. FTFY. And do it right the hell now. NTA. If he can't afford something frivolous, he shouldn't be asking you, let alone trying to demand your account details. NTA. He and his kid can both kick rocks. Would you ever treat a partner like this? NTA. But please notice the red flags. NTA. You aren't comfortable so don't do it. No is a complete sentence. More importantly, if he is truly your partner and you state something makes you uncomfortable, he should never pressure you or make you feel guilty about it. He would respect you. He doesn't respect you. Don't call. Block him from your life. Right here is absolutely the beginning of manipulative behavior. I would imagine if there was a little bit more discovery, you'll see some other flags. Please be cautious. The fact that he got so angry and then immediately pushed it on you is wildly alarming. NTA. If you are lending him money for a luxury item like a gaming console, it can wait till you are off to use your debit card yourself. I mean, hell, it was only a few hours. Best case, it's immature as hell, and if continued, could make you lose respect/break up. Do you want a life partner who get pissed off for petty reasons? Worst case, that manner of aggressiveness was troubling. Brought ancient triggers. I used to briefly have a partner addicted to hard drugs. She would get very angry and insistent if you did not give her money now, and guilt you, just like he did you. Courts, one time relented, she took rent money. Either case is not a good look without long talks. Dude is at best a manipulative leech, and worst, a skilled predator. This is a red flag. He wanted you to buy a luxury for his kid. Not only that, he waited till you were at work to hit you with the urgency and a large amount of money, and when you paused at the red flag, David, what other boundaries is he going to try to manipulate you around? NTA. This guy's bad news, and the fact that you don't see that is scary. Dump this guy now. He has been looking so long, but didn't manage to save the total amount of the money necessary for the purchase. I call BS. NTA. Don't call and apologize, and don't ever give this man your banking information. I'm not one for leave him/her posts, but I'd reassess this relationship. Granting access to a bank account so that he can take whatever he wants with no comeback as you've given permission is a massive red flag. If it's PayPal, a Venmo transfer etc, it's recorded. Him just using your funds as a supplement to his own is too much for a couple that don't live together. Plus if he doesn't have a spare $300 then he has no business buying a $600/700 gaming system. He's got 3 kids. I'd end it citing his anger and pressure and see what he does. If he doubles down on the needing apology, for what? And gets furious, there's your answer. If he regrets, apologizes to you, and gives you a chance to explain, then there may be a way after stepping back and giving you both a bit of space. Change your bank passwords, set up second step it on your account as he may already have your details from your card, check previous transfers etc. Oh, he will apologize. That is what abusers and conmen do to keep their victim. It is a cycle of love and abuse over and over. She should leave now, not wait for the next time.